wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear.
Good morning, or should I say good afternoon? I think it's afternoon. I'm on kind of a high this morning or this afternoon. I don't know if you saw my post in my community posting. I did an interview last night with Dave Mack from No Carb Life. It was so much fun. And he posted it this morning. And I didn't realize how early he was going to post it. And I woke up and, I checked on my phone and I saw that I had gotten like 30 new subscribers. I was like, what? So I knew it must have posted. And so I went over to his site and saw that it was up and watched it. And it turned out really good. It was better than I thought because at the time we were doing it, I'm actually very shy. It's easy for me to talk to a camera, but to talk to a person like that, I got beet red. I flush when I get nervous, and my face was on fire and my chest, and I could see it in the camera. And I asked him when we finished if he could edit it out because I thought it looked so bad, and he said it honestly, he didn't even notice it, so he didn't need to edit it out. And when I saw it this morning, I could see it, but I guess it wasn't near as bad as I thought it was. So I was happy about that. But he's such a nice gentleman, and he made it so easy. He made me feel very comfortable. And he interviews you in such a way that he wants you to do the talking, which is good because I do like to talk when I finally open up. And so he'll ask the questions, and then he just sits back and writes down some notes while you just chatter away. And I did for almost an hour. And it was fun though. I had a good time. And then this morning I went on and watched it. And then he started getting comments, and so many wonderful comments. Everybody was just so nice and so encouraging. And there were a couple comments from people. I had made a statement about how I can take my grandchildren out for treats now, like ice cream, or Starbucks. My one granddaughter, or two of my granddaughters especially, like to go to Starbucks, and I can take them, and I don't get anything now. And it used to be there was no way I was going to take them and not get anything for myself, but I can do that, and I don't feel deprived. But a couple people heard that, and they're like, "Oh no, you need to get your grandchildren off of sugar." And I appreciate what they're saying, and they're probably right. But you have to understand, these are my grandchildren, not my children. It's not my place. I can make suggestions and try and be an example. And when they're with me, I can stop taking them out for ice cream or Starbucks, that type of thing. But I would never overstep my bounds with their parents, my daughter-in-laws and my daughter. That's their prerogative as the parent. It's up to them what they want to do with that. But like I said, I could make suggestions. So, and I wasn't even sure how I feel about sugar. I know I've given it up because of the inflammation, and it's made a huge difference. But I wasn't really sure where I stood with sugar. I've heard there's some people that think sugar is just poison, and they won't use it. They won't even eat fruit that has sugar, just no sugar, no sweeteners of any kind. And I thought, well, that's a little bit extreme. I don't know if I could ever resort to that. But I thought, well, I'm going to look it up and see how bad is sugar, and basically what I found out is it's pretty bad. You can have sugar. I think it said up to 7 grams as an adult. You can have up to 7 grams a day, which is equivalent to like 6 teaspoons, I guess, of added sugar. That's not talking about, sugar and fruit, I don't think. But yeah, we can have some sugar, but it keeps all the articles were referring to excessive amounts of sugar, lots of added sugar, which in the standard American diet, there is a lot of added sugar, whether you add it or not, just it's in our foods. So yeah, it is definitely a problem. And I'm trying to cut all those foods out, and I have, but I was curious, well, then could I, use like 2 teaspoons of sugar and a glass of tea? Would that bother me? And I think for the normal healthy person, it might not. But for someone like myself who was a sugar addict, it's like, if you were a cocaine addict, you couldn't just use a little bit of cocaine and be okay. So I think that's where I'm at. I can't use it. And I just have to realize that it's just not going to be part of my diet. I don't know if there will ever come a day where I can use it safely. I'm looking into alternatives, healthy alternatives, because there's not a lot. And I would never use like the chemical ones, but now they have stevia and allulose, I believe, and there's a couple other ones. And I looked at the grocery store today, and they have carbs. They have a lot of carbs in them. Not that I'm supposed to be watching that, but now stevia doesn't. I think stevia has 1 gram of carb per serving, but these other ones had 8 grams in a tablespoon or teaspoon. So I thought that's a lot. And I mean, if you're using that because you're on a low carb diet or you're watching your weight, you probably wouldn't even want to use that. So I don't know, but I need to do some further research on it. And, I was reading, well, what about honey? And, honey is sweeter than sugar, so you use less of it, but it still has a little bit more calories than sugar does. So it's really not beneficial to swap those two. I always thought it would be, but, yeah, there's a lot more that I need to learn about sugar, and I'll see what I find out, and I'll share it with you. I'll probably work on that tonight because I thought it was really interesting. I just was really hoping that it would say that, the healthy, normal person can consume sugar and be okay, but there's a lot of issues that it causes, the insulin problem and fatty liver and, obviously weight gain, but they were just saying there's, it feeds cancers. It's pretty wicked. It's pretty bad. So I can see why people, avoid it altogether. So anyway, there's that. And I wanted to talk to you about, the wildfires going on around us. I took some video, and you can see that that the header is just right behind us here. It was behind my son's house, and I think that's still behind his house. He's just farther out that way. And I think there's 2 fires, and they joined the one from his place and up where I'm at. And I think they've joined, and they're just burning away. The last I saw, there was like 5% containment. So yeah, you can see by the pictures, there's a lot of drift smoke. The air quality is terrible. They've had to close the schools because of that. And my car was gross. I went out this morning. I was like, it looked like I had gone off-roading and drove it through the mud, because when all the ashes came down, and then we had rain, and it just made a mess all over my car. So I went to the car wash, and the line was like 20 minutes long. Everybody's getting their car washed today. And then, I went to the grocery store and ran into some friends, and we were just, out there talking in the parking lot and looking around, and you could see, how it just went all the way around. It's pretty bad. So I don't know when they're going to get it out, because, fires like this can last quite a while, and there's a lot of area to burn. So this could go on for quite some time. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm doing good. Into the 7th week of the low carb thing. I was telling Dave that originally when I started this channel, it wasn't a carnivore channel. I was just starting my new healthy lifestyle journey. Didn't know where it would go. It's kind of evolved into this. I talk about not low carb, carnivore, because I'm kind of obsessed with it right now, because it's really doing wonderful things for me. And I'm feeling so much better because of it. But that wasn't the goal of the channel. I was hoping to eventually, I wanted to share with you what I'm doing and get healthier. And maybe I could share some things, that you could use. And then as I get healthy, I want to do more. I want to be more active, and I want to record that. I've got some plans coming up. I am going to be doing some things soon. I've got a 3-day music festival coming up with my son and his fiance and all my grandkids. And I'm looking forward to that. And then my husband and I have a camping trip planned if it doesn't burn, because that's where the fire's burning. It's burning up to that campground. So we might have to find a different place or just cancel that one altogether. So just, but I've got a few other things that I wanted to record and things I want to do as I'm getting healthier, such as, I want to do that overnight backpacking trip. I've got all the gear now. I just have to, I started lifting, weights. I'm going to be doing some weight training because my pack is going to weigh like 40, 50 pounds. So walking is one thing, but carrying a 40-pound or 50-pound pack is another thing. So even though I think I'm strong enough to do the hike, not necessarily carrying a pack that size. So I thought I've got to get some weight training under my belt before I decide to do that. So, but we want to do that, and I want to do like a canoe trip and kayaking and all that fun stuff, and I will do all that, but it's just going to take a little more time. I have the energy and the desire, and I feel good enough to do it, but I don't want to be stupid either. I know that I don't have the strength that I did when I was in my 40s or even 50s. You lose a lot of muscle as you get older, especially if you were, very sedate like I had been when I was, stuck at home taking care of my sister. The only exercise I got was, going up and down stairs. I wasn't like walking or doing anything. So yeah, I've got to get that muscle back. And that's going to be the next big thing. I'm going to work on that and continue on doing what I'm doing. I like where I'm at on this diet. I haven't, I originally said I was going to go full carnivore. I don't know if I ever will. At this point, it's working good. The reason that a lot of people do go full carnivore is because it's, they have to eliminate certain foods to find out what's affecting them. And then some people, they find they can only eat meat and feel good. But so far, just eliminating the processed foods and the sugars and the carbs, I feel great. I don't have any other issues that I need to address right now, except for losing weight, and I'm doing that as well. So if other issues arise, then maybe I would consider eliminating, a few more things like dairy, the little bit of veggie that I do eat, which is just like the half avocado, some Brussels sprouts. But so far, I don't feel like they're causing me any issues. And I think the cottage cheese might have. I thought the cottage cheese might have, because I woke up the next day with the headache. But on that other site, or that other channel, a person commented, and they said that unripe avocados can do that. I didn't know that. And they pick them when they're unripe. Obviously, they're still hard. And I had cut one open, and it was just barely soft. And I was like, oh darn! I didn't want to throw it away, because once you cut it open, they're no good, even if you put lemon juice on it. So I put some salt on it and I ate it. But I think maybe that's what it was. And I was blaming the cottage cheese, and I was like, darn it. I finally was eating something different, and I was so excited to eat cottage cheese. And then I thought, I can't. But I'm still leery about adding it back in, because what if it was that? I just, I don't want to take a chance. I didn't like having a headache. I haven't had one in 7 weeks. So I want to stay healthy as possible. So anyway, I just wanted to check in and let you guys know. If you haven't watched that interview, please go watch it and let me know what you think. I'm really proud of it. It was a lot of fun. And I told him, I want him to have me back in a couple months, and we'll see where I'm at that point. So yeah, it's Dave Mack, No Carb Life. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go, and yeah, have a good day, good rest of your day, wherever you're at, and leave me a comment. Now that my channel is growing, I'm excited. Maybe, we can get it to grow even bigger. At first, I was just happy to have 100 people here with me. I felt like, oh, we've got this little group going, but now, it's growing. Maybe it'll get bigger. And like Dave said, we want to get the word out about the carnivore lifestyle, because there's a lot of people that don't know how wonderful it is and all the things that it can do for you. So the more of us that are talking about it, the more, people will become aware. So yeah, share this with your friends if you know of anybody that might be interested, and leave me a comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, that's it. So I will let you guys go, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining.